Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and today I am going to be doing a reaction in regards to Three Identical Strangers, a documentary, and this is my first one, my first documentary reaction in regards to this. So this is what the poster looks like right there. I'm gonna give you information from imdb.com and then we'll go from there. So this was released back in January 19, 2018 in the US. PG-13, an hour 36 minutes documentary. The rating out of 10 stars, the average is 7.8 from 4,695 people who voted. So I'm going to give you the information. In 1980 New York, three young men who were all adopted meet each other and find out they're triplets who were separated at birth. Then they discover why. So this is not like based on a true story. It is a documentary, so it is nitty gritty. If you're not interested in things like this, because this is a really dark documentary to me, it's sad. There's some cute and funny parts in there, but all in all, it's a very, very dark documentary. Okay, so this is not something that is peaches and cream and unicorns and rainbows and fairies and all that stuff, and it's not all happy. So I would just give that a warning. And if you're still interested in watching my reaction to it, that's fine. I will just let you know that this is not usually my typical stuff, because most of my videos are just like happy stuff and video reviews and stuff like that. So this is definitely not like the usual thing. I cried quite a few times with this documentary. Not once, not twice, a few times. Like I was like, oh my God, like just crying. And so it's really hard. I don't want to do a spoiler as much as I can, and I never want to do that. So I'm just gonna tell you that from the teeny tiny summary of just 2 sentences, these 3 men were separated at birth, and this is actually already have been public knowledge because they met each other in 1980. I wasn't even born yet, and they were born in 1961. And so they've been in a lot of interviews since they met. So, a lot of these things that has already been out there, I'm just going to share that. So they didn't meet until they were at least 19 years old. And it was very, they never knew they were a part of a multiple. Their family was never disclosed that they were adopted, and they knew they were adopted, and they were told they were adopted. They were their parents were very open about that, and I don't think it was a big deal in their family life. Like it wasn't, how some adoption stories and lives, they feel they've never connected with their family, or they've never felt like they belong. They have a lot of problems and stuff. It's not really that. So there's, oh my God, I just don't want to cry though, because I'm going to remember like certain parts, and I'm going to just, I try not to think about it because it made me cry so much. And it angered me so much, and it upset me so much. And it was just hard to watch. It was hard to watch. I know these are things that happen in life, and I know a lot of people want to sweep it under the rug because it's a hard thing to digest. It's a hard thing to hear. It's a hard thing to watch. It's a hard thing to admit that people go through things like this. But also, through it all, I think I do recommend this documentary because it is an eye-opening story. It makes you know that not everything in life is all perfect, you know. Just because you didn't grow up a certain way, just because you didn't grow up all perfect and happy, or you grew up really worse and you didn't know that something like this could happen, it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It doesn't mean that it don't exist. And so I do encourage for people to seek, you know, the truth if they need it, if they have some kind of question in their life. By no means am I encouraging anything negative or some kind of conspiracy theory here, okay? None of that. I'm just saying that sometimes there's a lot of truth and hardship, and those things can actually coincide, and it might not be easy for you to admit that it's real. It might not be easy to want to think that, because it is hard to do, and it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of braveness to actually admit that, as well as go through it and actually understand. Because me watching this yesterday, just so you know, it's one of those stories, it's made really well, that you cannot stop watching. Like, you just can't wait to see and hear what's gonna happen, what's up next, what's gonna happen, what happened. It is that kind of documentary. It made very, very well. I mean, I watch a lot of documentaries, and a lot of them can also be really difficult to watch, and not in this sense. It's difficult to watch because it's not made very well. This is made really well. I cried. I got really angry and upset, and I'm not even one of the victims, you know. I'm not even one of these people. Oh, I think they just had a spoiler by saying victim or victims. So that kind of slipped. It's really hard to watch, and I'm just trying to picture and try to imagine, which I know I can never do, what it would be like if I was one of the multiples, you know. I do recommend it. It is really an incredible story. It is really an amazing story. It's really a hard story in which people out there are actually living this story. So, you know, good luck to that, you know. I mean, they need everything that they can that's positive, right? I already slipped and have a little bit of spoiler there, but a lot of this is a little bit unexpected to me. It was a shock. It was hard to accept that this happened. It was hard to admit that people went through this thing, and not just the multiples, but their family too, you know, because they're also affected. And I'm gonna do one more spoiler, all in the name of science. That's it. So I can understand a little bit and the scientific standpoint, but I'm not going to put the detail, because this part I think is going to be a little bit of a spoiler. So I'm not going to be as detailed as I want to, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit. But in a scientific standpoint, yes, it was a very interesting thing that they wanted to do. However, it's hard to do that when it affects so many people. I think that part is wrong and, of course, unethical. Like I said, I can always see from different sides, and seeing it from the scientific point, I can see where they were coming from. However, it's just hard to accept, though. I mean, I can understand where they were coming from in theory, but to put it in play and play with people's lives, I think that's the upsetting part. That's the part that is just, how do you sleep at night? You know what I mean? Like, you must be a real sociopath. You must really have no soul, I guess. Because to go through something like that, put people through something like that, what these people went through, and they're still going through it. It's lives that you're playing with. So I feel like I'm just gonna go and say a lot of things that will ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it. If you've seen this, you want to share and want to have a little conversation or a big conversation about it, feel free to down below. If you have other suggestions in regards to documentaries that I might enjoy, feel free to down below as well, and I'll try to find that and watch it. Don't forget to hit the like button and check out my description box, because I always have goodies in there for you guys, as well as discount codes if I can get them. Try to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and I have my email there as well. So thank you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and the bell so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. Don't forget to expand the description box, because as much as possible, I always try to get coupons for you guys, discount codes, and other goodies like that. I also have my Twitter information, Instagram, Snapchat, and for business inquiries, I have my email there as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.